Hey everyone, today I wanted to do a review because I just saw a movie and I just had to talk about it because, spoiler, you know what movie I'm talking about because the title of the video, but I just wanted to talk about this movie right after I watched it because I think this is one of the best movies of 2022, which I have thought up until now, to be honest. And I still think that this year, sorry, has been very, very weak for movies. Very bad. I think that if you see the top movies in the box office of the year, it's a week. A week away of New Year's, but we can say that not many movies have done that great in the box office. Compared to prior to the pandemic, of course. And besides that, the movies that are in the top 10 are not all particularly great movies, to be honest. If you see big blockbusters like Wakanda Forever, or you see Thor Love and Thunder, or if you see all of the Marvel movies, really, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, they were really weak movies in the screenplay area and the, movie part of the movie, to be honest. The directing, the story. I think out of those, of course, Wakanda Forever was the best one, to be honest. It had a really nice story, which was affected by, of course, the death of the leading man of Black Panther, which was Chadwick Boseman. So that was, a tough thing. However, besides that, the movie was not as grand as I think many of us would have expected it to be. Of course, it encountered many things with characters not being what people wanted them to be, and scandals with the actors, and so many things. Letitia Wright and all of that. So of course, it was like a little bit down from the last Black Panther, and that's why up until this point the movie has not made $1 billion, which the other one did. And actually, I think no movie, released in 2022 from Marvel did the billion, which was like a given in the past for some reason because of Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. But now that's not happening anymore. We're in 2018, 2017 again, basically, which is insane. The only two movies that have made $1 billion have been, there's going to be a third one, of course, Avatar: The Way of Water, which is close to that. I think by New Year's it's going to be 1 billion, but the other two are Top Gun: Maverick and actually Jurassic World Dominion. And I have to say, I have liked both those movies. I remember watching Jurassic World Dominion, and I thought it was such a fun ride. Is the movie good? Is it does it have a great story, a good screenplay, everything? Maybe not, but I think that for a movie, for what it is, basically, it's a fantastic ride. It's a ride like one of those rides from Disney, from Universal Studios, from something like that, when you're just like transported for a while, and you have this amazing time at the movies. And that's what a movie should do, I think. Not only talk about a subject and, present fantastic characters, which of course it has to do, but also like make you feel awesome to be in a movie theater. And I felt that with Jurassic World Dominion. I actually also felt that for Avatar: The Way of Water, even though I don't love the screenplay, to be honest. I think it's a little bit on the weak side, but it's so grand that you cannot even stop thinking that it's so amazing that you're watching this. And 4 minutes in, I have to say that Top Gun Maverick is the same thing. From the first frame, from the first moment in the movie, it's just amazing. You're just going every moment like, oh my god, how the fuck did they do this? It's an amazing movie. From the technical standpoint, of course, the cinematography is just baffling. I cannot even fathom how the fuck they did all of that. Of course, there's a lot of CGI, we know that, but it's not as heavy, CGI heavy as other movies. And to be honest, this movie has to be nominated for best cinematography. If it doesn't, it's insane. To be honest, it's just stupid. But I think it's even right up there for the win because it's fantastic. It's better than Avatar: The Way of Water in the cinematography department. The use of light in this movie, the flashes of light and the colors that you see in the movie are fantastic. I mean, in every fucking part of the movie, it's just amazing. Even in the dialogue scenes, and that transitions to it helps me transition to the screenplay. Out of those big movies of the year, I think this is the one that has the best screenplay. The best screenplay, a big box office movie. That type of movie has. I mean, it's the best screenplay one of those movies, of those big movies of the year, like by far, like easily. It's fantastic. And I mean, I saw the Batman, of course, and the Batman has a fantastic screenplay as well. But I think here it's more effective, not only because, of course, it's connected to an earlier movie, but that earlier movie, if you see the reviews for that movie and if you have seen it yourself, the movie is not precisely this one. This is like the better version of that. That one was fun and was fine, and of course it was limited because of the restrictions of that time period of the 1990s, not only because of the technology, but also because of the views that people had on some issues back then, such as women, for example. The presence of women is very different from that movie to this one. And the perception of that people have of the military, of course, is different back then and now. And we have another geopolitical kind of thing going on right now. And the movie doesn't really talk about the state of the world today, but it gives a lot of hints at all of that. And it does it very well. I mean, I was in awe of how they handled everything. And I think one of the better things of the movie is that I personally have never really loved military movies. I'm not that kind of guy. It's like sports movies. Like, they don't really do it for me. I watch them and I can appreciate them, but I'm not in love with those. However, in this movie, I was like, I entered with the mind of, I'm not going to like this. It's about a ton of straight men on airplanes doing little stunts. Girl, this was amazing. I'm a gay guy, and I was astonished at what human ingenuity can do. And yes, these men, of course, and women are, in the military, and they have a certain job and a certain hierarchy and all of that. But in this movie, I learned to appreciate some of those aspects of the military. And not only that, but I appreciated the way these men that has been built by the military, by the Navy, by being on airplanes, on fighter planes, has had his life just fucked over by his need to be on top of everything. I mean, he is the best one ever. I mean, Tom Cruise's character, Maverick, he's the best one. He's amazing. You cannot top him. Never. And in this movie, no one tops him, which is kind of hilarious because you expect like someone to be, better than him or something, or from him to be in a confrontation with someone. But he's not. He had that in the first movie. So in this movie, he's confronted with the reality of, okay, you're the best. That's indisputable. But what else do you have? You don't have a family. You're alone. You only have this. And if you lose this, you're nothing. You're no one. And I think that's it's amazing how Tom Cruise channeled that into the character. And I have to say, I'm not the biggest fan of Tom Cruise. Of course, he's a bit crazy in his personal life, but that's one thing. In his professional life, to be honest, I had never seen him on a movie that I was like baffled by. Like, I was like, oh my god, he's the best thing ever. I had never seen that. But having seen this movie, I'm like, okay, I get why he is a star, but even better than that, why he is such a great actor, why he keeps on acting, why it's so important that he does his own stunts, that he is invested in whatever project he does. I mean, yes, he does all those Mission Impossible movies, and he's really into action, and this movie is a drama action movie, you could say. But it's fantastic what he does in this movie, and I really appreciate what Tom Cruise brought. I mean, out of the performances I have seen this year, he should be nominated for Best Actor. I mean, I have seen like the predictions and all of that. He's not in many prediction charts, to be honest. But what I do see is that maybe people agree on the top three actors that should be nominated, maybe top four, but there's always that fifth spot that no one really knows. And in many years, it's difficult. It's like a battle for the fifth and sixth place. So it's always like, oh, who's going to be left behind? But in this case, in this year has been so weak again that they have to come up to for someone to fill that fifth spot. And I think it would be so important and so amazing if someone, not only like Tom Cruise, but a character like Maverick, was given that spot. It would be amazing, and of course for an action movie, which is kind of outstanding. I think that's really really great. Sorry for the shift in brightness or whatever, but yeah, I mean that would be huge for this movie and for action movies in general, because action movies, were a huge thing actually in the 1990s, but lately it's really about the superhero movies, and it's about like mixtures of different kind of genres. But action has been on a decline lately, and I think this is the thing to revive it, and I hope it does, because of course on this level with this quality, because this movie, I mean, the screenplay again was amazing. I think it was very effective and really well done. I think it should be nominated for best screenplay. It shouldn't win. It's not that great. Some dialogue is a bit corny, to be honest, and some of the things that happen are a little bit like unbelievable. But it works for the movie, and I think that should be honored in a way. So it should be honored wherever it can. It could. Of course, the performances all around are great. Tom Cruise, again, the standout, but every performance is really good in this movie. They're really great. Miles Teller, I have had a crush on Miles Teller for ever. I mean, I adore the guy. I think he's a fantastic actor. I think he's very attractive. He's immensely attractive, to me at least. And every guy in this movie is fucking attractive. Like that beach scene, I remember someone posting like a gif maybe 5 months ago and saying like, this is the gay scene, this is the gay thirst trap, and I was like, oh, what are they talking about? And it was, it really was. You're like, oh, I get it. I get why people see these movies, and that was kind of fun. Of course, no character here is gay. I mean, because that's not the point of the movie, and I think many people are going to be angry and are going to demand that they put a gay character on every fucking movie. And first of all, that's not realistic, I think. And number two, just let them be people. You can imagine that Miles Teller's character or Hankman's character or what's his Fanboy's character are gay. Any of them could be gay. We don't really see their private lives, so just imagine it, and it's cool. I think that's the mirage of possibilities that you have in a movie that is well written. And that's why I think this is such a good movie, because it gives you a story, it gives you these characters, it gives you a lot of things to manage, but it also doesn't give you actually a lot of things. So you can fill in the blanks if you want. You don't have to wait for a third Top Gun movie to solve them all, or for someone to tell you, like the director to come out and tell you, okay, he was gay, he wasn't, he was dead, he wasn't, like, it doesn't matter, because you are the one as a spectator that should fill in the blanks, if you will. So I think that's why it's so well done. Besides that, the visual effects are fantastic. Again, cinematography fantastic. The production design is fine. I don't think it's going to be nominated for anything, but it's well done. Costume design, it's not really a lot to do. I mean, there's, again, I think the cinematography is the best part, and the sound. I mean, I watched it on my TV, which is a 4K TV, which is really great, with my headphones, like my body things, wireless, and the sound was amazing. Like I was like, this is insane. I have seen many movies in that TV that have supposedly great sound, and you're like, whatever. This movie has outstanding sound. I mean, I don't know if it should win the category, but it should be up there. Like, it's really, really great. So, I mean, I just advise you to watch this movie. This movie is fantastic. It's one of the best movies of 2022. Top 5 for me, easily. And I do hope it does great in all of these award season, and I do hope that people watch it. I mean, of course, a lot of people have watched it. It's like at $1.3 billion or something. But I think that maybe that was mostly on the United States, to be honest. I think that people around the world need to open their minds and realize that not only like heavy dramas, historical dramas have to be the ones that win things and that people pay attention to, especially critics. Because if you go by critics think, action movies are fun and this movie is fun, but don't give them awards because the money is their award. And that's just pathetic, to be honest. It's stupid, because some movies that have done so much money are great movies, are fantastic movies, and the money shouldn't be a thing to diminish them or something. I think that's insane. Sorry a lot for this very long review, but I just had to talk about this movie and about how I feel about movies right now. And I was going to watch actually Knives Out, The Glass Onion, I think it is, on Netflix, but I was so underwhelmed about the first Knives Out. I thought that movie was bullshit, to be honest. I thought that was so bad and people were praising it. So that's why I'm saying, like, watch the movies on your own and decide what you like. I mean, I thought I wasn't going to like Top Gun Maverick. I loved it. So, anything can happen. And people praised Knives Out. I fucking hated it. I thought it was a hack. I mean, it's awful for me. But, just watch the movies and appreciate them and enjoy them and make them. And I hope you feel happy with whichever movie you decide to watch. And I just wanted to say that, and Merry Christmas. Thank you so much.